Tarzan. He's supposed to be a savage, supposed to be an absolute beast. This is why I love the version of Tarzan that is illustrated by Frazetta, the artist behind Conan the Barbarian. In this video, I'll show you how to draw Tarzan how it should be. A badass. Okay, let's get straight into it. I've recorded myself while I do it, and I've broken it down into a step-by-step guide. And make sure to follow the advice from the fourth step, because it's a secret trick that artists use to improve 100 times faster. Step 0. Start with a reference that you like. I have this massive book that has exactly what I'm looking for, so that I don't have to spend forever scrolling through images on my phone. Here, this one. This looks like Tarzan has just put this giant jaguar to sleep forever. This is the kind of raw aesthetic we're looking for. Okay, we've got a reference, so let's start with a rough sizing of where you want to place your drawing in the page. I like to squint my eyes so that I just kind of see the overall forms without being distracted by the details, so that I can lightly draw these blobs on my page. Now position some key landmarks starting from the head. I always start from the head because it gives me a unit of measure that I can use to maintain some sensible proportions throughout the drawing. Don't be afraid to exaggerate the poses of your characters and change things a bit. The reference is not there to be copied exactly. It's a reference, it's not a mold. Okay, so once you're done fleshing out a first draft, it's time to squint your eyes against the reference once again. But this time, you're trying to get a sense of where are the darker and lighter areas. And I'm outlining them just very roughly with no real details. It's just an overall structure of the shadows and the light areas. Based on this, and ideally from our own drawing, we should be able to figure out where the source of the light comes from. Now, I'm not very good at this yet, so depending on the reference, sometimes it's really not clear to me, and so I need to spend extra time analyzing the actual reference image instead of my own drawing, and try to understand with more detail how the overall scene is lit. And it's useful knowledge to have, because once you know this, you can pinpoint your weaknesses quite easily, and so you know where to spend your time in order to improve faster. But this is not the secret tip that I mentioned that artists use to level up 100 times faster. I will reveal this in the next step, which is what I call the rule of 2. So we've drawn once with pencil, now we need to draw it again with ink. And while you're adding your sexy lines, think of not just tracing on top of your pencil work. Instead, you should try to improve your forms, because now is the time to fix anything that feels off. Here's finally the real secret. The rule of 2 doesn't apply just within the same drawing, but also between drawing sessions. What I haven't told you yet is that I have drawn this Tarzan already. Here. On almost 3 weeks ago. And this is important, it's extremely important, because you will notice that almost every accomplished artist has drawn the same thing multiple times. And I'm not talking about a similar pose, I'm talking about the actual same drawing. Once you're done with your sexy lines, don't forget to add your own twist. I'm obsessed with this galaxy effect lately, and I hadn't discovered it yet the first time around. So here's how I'm gonna improve this drawing. Let me know if you want a video on how to do this galaxy effect step by step. This is a good one. I've done many in this sketchbook, and in this video on screen now, I talk about 3 lessons I learned while filling up this sketchbook. I'll see you there.